What's going on with it, man? Y'all already know what it is and who it is, man. It's the masterpiece, mouthpiece, Sinful The P. Speaking so fluently and eloquently, man, in a spectacular vernacular called realism. One more again, and before I even begin, allow me to give this information, just in case if somebody decides to have a conversation with me later on. You can simply go to Instagram and put in SIN2_FUL. After you finish following me, hit the DM, let me know, man. I come from YouTube, you know what I mean? So I know who everybody, following me, my subscribers. Also, go to Facebook, put in PHILLIPGILMORE. That's PHILLIPGILMORE. And get in the inbox, man. Let me know. Seeing I like your videos. I fucks with you. I've been subscribed for a minute, or I just subscribed, or whatever. And I'm going to accept you. Now, if you don't get in the inbox, you don't, let me know that, you come from YouTube and you just requested me. I'm going to just think you some fugazi off-brand motherfucker, and I'm not going to end up accepting you. I'm just being 100 with you. Go to Snapchat. For the ladies. Fellas, do not request me on Snapchat. I'm only dealing with the ladies, man. You know what I mean? So ladies, go ahead to Snapchat, SINFULTHEP. That's SINFULTHEP. I only create the Snapchat for the ladies, man. So, if I see any guys, I'm already know not to accept you. If I see some females that look like guys, I'm not going to accept your motherfucking ass either. But moving right along, man. As you already see the title, this is a topic that's really, famous. Like if you ever been inside any so-called pimp and hoe groups on Facebook or any other app, you'll see that a lot of times people, women, or even sometimes guys too, but mostly women, they don't even comment on statuses. You don't see no pictures. They never say anything. But when you say, can a pimp fuck his hoes? Or do pimps fuck they hoes? Or why shouldn't a pimp fuck they hoes? Or why should pimps fuck they hoes? You'll see bras coming from nowhere, that you didn't even know that was in the group. If you put that status up, you'll see girls come on your status that you forgot that you was even friends with. You like, damn, I didn't even know you was my friend. Real shit. And, a lot of them will give their own little personal opinion, which ain't got no dominion in the game. But they'll give their opinion on how they feel that, a pimp should only have sex with his wife, or, he should have a girlfriend on the side. He should let the little nasty girls do nasty things. Why he got, his boo thing at the home, or he got his wife, and he chilling and all that shit. These women are constantly putting themselves in danger each and every night, sacrificing their lives, making countless sacrifices for them to live like kings and queens. But in spite of all of that, he's supposed to be at home, booed up, with bae, booed up with wifey, and this is in a lot of these, women's minds. They actually think this, but I want you to know that that's a devilation, baby. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I decided to give you a revelation, so you can have the right interpretation, of the game, man. You can have the right depiction of what this shit really is. And, just to let you know, active pimps, they're not married. So if you know of a so-called pimp, or a guy professing to be a pimp, and he's presiding over female participants in the lifestyle of prostitution, and he got you as his girlfriend, or he got you as his significant other, his wifey, boo thing, what have you, he's not the pimping. He's just basically, a good male actress that's able to perform, and he's able to conform to an image due to the images that he sees on social media or the rap songs that come in his ear. So it's enough knowledge that's being conveyed from songs, videos, and social media for him to be a male actress and put on an Oscar award-winning role to get a bankroll out of these bras that's ignorant and can't tell the real from the fraudulent. So that's really what it is, in a nutshell. But no, active pimps are not married. Active pimps do not have girlfriends. They don't. Active pimps only care about and want, a hoe. That's the only thing on an active pimp's mind. That's the only thing that an active pimp wants to do is pimp, 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 pimp. Go to bed pimping. get up pimping, meditating pimping, rationalizing, organizing, strategizing on how to be greater in the pimping. This is how the pimping thinks. When he talks to a square, he's endeavoring to basically do some pimping. Everything is pimping. When he picks up a book to read, he's building up his vocabulary, making him a better conversationalist, informative representative in the game. All of this is benefits for the pimping. When the pimping go to the gym, everything is to build his body physically so he can attract more women to gain currency. Everything is for the pimping. You know what I'm saying? Them compliments is a hope for a building up, for a development to lead into some pimping. So I don't know what lies that was told to get between your thighs, but if he fornicated, and he didn't communicate with you properly pertaining to what he's supposed to be, if he didn't tell you that, he's the pimping, because one thing about the pimping is the truth. The pimping is the truth from the beginning, the 6th inning to the 9th inning. From Genesis to Revelations, in all locations, all representation, authentic representation is the truth. The boyfriend come in telling you that you're the only one and you always gonna be the only one. The pimpin' come through the door letting you know that you're not the only one, and if you are the only one right now, that's not how it's gonna remain. The pimpin' is the truth from the beginning, the middle, and the end. Because the pimpin' understands that when you lie to a woman, you give her a license to despise you. When you lie to a woman, you make her bigger than the game. When you lie to a woman, you make her bigger than your manhood. When you lie to a woman, you made this woman more important than what she really is. So, pimpin' ain't participating in no lies, no deception, and none of that. Just giving you straight, raw, uncut, irrefutable, incontestable truth. If you decide to fuck with it, blessings on you. Peace be unto you. If you don't, it is what it is. It's a million and a billion of you. It's only one of me. That's a pimp's mentality. So when you got a woman, an attractive, beautiful woman, an intelligent woman, an articulate woman, a college-educated woman, that said that she would never, participate in the lifestyle, and, she's saying that she would never do this. She come from a 2-parent home. She went to this school, and I can never see myself in a lifestyle like that, and y'all finally have a mental safari, as I like to say. And as you begin to say profound things pertaining to life and the lifestyle, she's mentally intrigued with you. And as she began to be mentally intrigued with you, and as you keep giving her mental climaxes, she's going to start having them lustful and sinful thoughts about having physical climaxes, which is going to be inspiration, for her to do some participation in the lifestyle. Some might not want to say it because they going to present it as if their game is so cold, like they gave some Farrakhan, Malcolm X speeches to make the bitch go out there and do some reaches. But at the same particular time, man, a lot of women's inspiration to do some participation in the game really was to have fornication with this man. She wanted to have sex with this man. She wanted to be with this man. And the pimpin' already know, that you want to fuck me. So it's the pimpin's job to intensify your desire to want to fuck with me now. You know what I mean? So if she get into a continuity of making countless sacrifices on a daily, some sex is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen within that month. I don't know if it's going to happen within 6 months. Hell, I don't even know if it's going to happen within a year. But as she continuously stays down, that's a location that's pretty much bound to happen, man. That's a destination that they're going to end up driving to as she continue to stay down. If she continue to stay down, Pippa gonna keep her down, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be down, you know what I mean? They just come with the territory, man. Pimp gonna have funification and fornication, with his hoes, man. I don't know what movie, that you guys seen, man. The pimp love his hoes, Pimps love hoes, contrary to them Snoop Dogg songs that you guys heard and, them movies, where you see a guy mistreating a woman and he talking to her like she's less of a woman or talking to her like she's a child. No, these are, a lot of times, these are guys who are already abusive towards women or had a negative connotation definition of women prior to them even getting in the game. So mentally, they didn't evolve. But you can't judge the whole population by the representation that you see on television. So that's why I took time, man, to give you the proper definition, man. Pimps are governed by principles. And no, a pimp is not going to get into a relationship with this woman unless she gets into a relationship with the game that's in that pimp. You know what I'm saying? As long as she possessed the love that she professed to have for the love, for the game that's within him, if she possessed that love that she professed to have for the game that's within the pimping gonna sit up there, you understand me, and be a gentleman, man, to that woman continuously. Treat her better than any man has ever treated her before. You know what I mean? And you got to think about that, man. I told you guys, procrastination only builds the anticipation, for the fornication. I know that I'd be talking, that it'd be sounding slick talk, but think about that. Procrastination only builds up the anticipation for the fornication. So the more that pimping abstain and refrain from going in that wet thing like only the pimping can, by the time, pimping finally bless her with some dick, the bitch gonna sit up there, you understand me, and have an orgasm just with the pimping just taking his dick out. You know what I'm saying? Just real talk, because the pimping did something that squares don't do. The pimping made that woman earn, his presence. The pimping made that woman earn, sex from him. It's a kingmanship. It's a kingship that come with this shit. You know what I mean? Pimping always gonna put principles in this game above the desires of his dick. Pimping is separated, from the average and typical man simply because he don't think with his dick like the average and typical man. So if you see a guy professing to be a pimp and he's always falling to the lust of his flesh, he's not even the pimping. Because pimping, always is going to mentally respond rather than emotionally react with his dick. You know what I mean? As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you think like a trick, if you think, like a porno star, if you think like a gigolo, then that's what you are. But pimps, we think like pimps. Pimps is thinking about having success with this woman in the lifestyle. Pimping is thinking about successful businesses and, owning houses in prestigious areas and RA accounts and things like that. That's what the pimping thinking about. Woman be like, I don't want no man to use me. Well, I'm sorry you feel like that. I want women to use me. You know what I mean? If I'm not an asset, if I'm not a blessing to you, you know what I mean? Then you can't use me because I don't have nothing to offer. Saying that, a man, used you, that's a blessing. A woman using me, that's a blessing. You misusing me, that's what's wrong. You know what I mean? It's not nothing wrong with using. You're going to use this information and inspiration that I got to give you to get to that destination called success. So by all means, use me. I want to be, as we used to say back at home in church, I want to be used. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, a pimp going to have love for a woman that's going out there, man, making her life, putting her life out there on the line and, each and every day. And to top it off, just because this is her profession, that ain't her blessing. What you mean by that, Sin? That's her job, to sit up there and date these clients, to talk to these clients. But she's not getting any physical, gratification out of having fornication with this man that's not her man. You know what I'm saying? This is just her profession. But she's not physically, reaching a physical climax with this man because 9 out of 10, majority of the guys that the women see within the lifestyle, they're not even sexually attracted to the man. But he coming with the right man, which is Benjamin Franklin. So she attracted to him for that reason. But as far as sexually, physically, she ain't getting nothing out of it. So who's going to sexually satisfy this woman? Because irregardless of how you squares feel, at the end of the day, no matter how many dates she can turn dates from ancient times to recent times. She's still going to be exactly what God made her. And that's a woman. So she definitely deserved to be pleased by, her man, which is the pimping. She definitely deserved, some time from the pimping sexually, to give her that pleasure that she desires from the pimping. You know what I'm saying? And the pimping gonna please her. And the pimping gonna mentally please her, emotionally please her, and physically please her. And unlike the squares, the pimping has something to say before he got in that pussy. The pimping has something to say while he was in that beautiful ass pussy. And unlike you squares, the pimping got something to say after he get out that pussy. You know what I mean? Majority of you squares or regular street niggas, you already know, man. Once you sit up there and hit that pussy, what you gonna do? You gonna go to bed and sit up there and put your little boots back on and go back out there hustling. Why? Because she gave you what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? And yes, you know, pimps are men too. He got dick between his legs. You know what I'm saying? So of course, you know, he getting pleasure out of this too. But that's not the only pleasure, you know, that he desires from this woman. To be successful with her, to preside over an empire with her. You know, this is his pleasure. He desires that more than any physical pleasure that she can offer him with her mouth and her pussy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, pimps desire sex too. And I mean, so is he supposed to have sex with this woman that's not doing a damn thing for him? You know, she got an ass, you know what I mean, to say hello before her mouth. Do she thick than a motherfucker? You know what I mean? All of this. She pretty as hell, but she telling them, no, I'm not going to be your hoe. I'm not going to turn no dates, you know, but I'll fuck you. And if he, you know, bows down to that, you know, and allow her to win in that, you know what I mean, he's disrespecting the pimping. And one thing about the pimping ain't gonna never disrespect this pimping over, you know what I'm saying, a piece of pussy. The pimping ain't gonna never put moments of pleasure over the movement of pimping. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna allow that moment to be greater than the movement. Not at all. You know, pimps don't think like that. Pimps are constantly thinking. The pimp game is a thinking man's game. So that within itself eliminate a lot of you niggas that's professing to be a pimp. But, you know, pimps love hoes. They are sexually attracted to hoes, love fucking on hoes. And to keep it 100, man, you know what I mean, hoes is more cleaner than you squares. I'm just speaking from my, you know, sexual experiences. Before I started participating, you know, and accumulating in this motherfucking game, with the sexual experiences that I had, with the way that I dress, with the way that I look, you know, a lot of women saw me as like a clean-faced church boy. So, you know, they didn't mind having sex with me raw. And a lot of times I used to pretend as if I was going to have sex raw with these women. You know what I mean? And majority of the women, you know, that I've had sex with, when I took my dick out, you know, and was ready to go in, they was with the business. They was going to allow me to go raw dilla. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, by me protecting myself, when I didn't want children, you know, all over the land, you know, planting seeds like a farmer and shit. Of course, I grabbed the rubber, but she was all the way with it. See, a hoe is being trained and disciplined to protect herself. The pimping is not going to put a price tag over this woman's soul. What do you mean by that, Sin? I mean that if this woman calls the pimping and she say, he want to sit up there and date me for $20,000, but he said he want that raw action. Because the pimping has love and respect for the woman that's continuously going out there on the daily for him, he is not going to put a bankroll over this woman's soul. Yeah, you know, the 20,000 sound nice, but why is he so eager? Why does he even have a desire to have sex with a woman that he knows the profession, part of her profession is, it could be, you know, having sex with, you know, a multitude of men. So that's even funny. Does he have a disease? And I'm sorry, $20,000, you know, $1 billion is not good for a disease that could possibly make you sit up there and accelerate to your expiration date before the appointed time. So because of the love that the pimpin' possesses and professes for this woman, he's not going to allow her to have raw sex, you know, with a trick, you know, just for some money. Why? Because he loves this woman. So like I said, contrary to these movies that you guys are watching or these songs that you guys is hearing, that shit is not the pimpin'. The pimpin' loves hoes. You know what I mean? If the truth about this pimpin' was put out, you know what I mean, the population of prostitution would rise. It would go up. But see, they have to put these negative depictions and visions of the pimping out, because if women knew how, you know, pimps are gentlemen and, you know, Renaissance men and, you know, just some of the best informative representatives about life and just common sense is not common. If they actually knew or had an authentic experience with an authentic pimp, they would have been in the game. They would have been left these boyfriends alone. You know what I mean? Because with the pimping, you don't have to worry about being lied to. You don't have to be worried about being deceived. He told you what it was, what it is, and if you decide to fuck with him, what it's going to be. He was the truth from the beginning, the 6th inning to the 9th inning. You know what I'm saying? So, pimping don't sit up there and lie. You know what I'm saying? And if that woman complies to the truth, which is the pimping, how could the pimping not sit up there and love? How could you not love a woman that's willing to go against the morals, and the doctrine that she was taught by, when she was indoctrinated in religiosity? She grew up as a Christian. She might have grew up in Roman Catholicism. She could have been raised in Pentecostalism, and they told her that fornication was wrong, and they told her that prostitution was wrong, and, they told her all of these things that would put her in mental torment and bondage, but your conversation gave liberation to her. And because of that liberation, she's willing to go against family. She's willing to go against so-called friends, all to be with you. How could the pimpin' not sit up there and have sex with this woman and fuck the shit out this bitch? You know what I'm saying? I mean, logically, man, it just makes sense for the pimpin' man to just stick his dick inside a hoe, man, that's constantly, earning, his time and, uncommon information that's coming from his beautiful infinite mind. So all of this meaningless, frivolous, and ridiculous ass opinions that have no dominion in the game, hey, man, like my grandmother used to say, take that shit back to Walgreens, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, find out the devil's email address, man, and send that back to him, man. That's a devilation. That is not the right revelation about this game, you know what I'm saying? Yes, pimps do love hoes. Pimps do have sex with hoes. Pimps enjoy having sex with hoes. Pimps basically treat hoes right. You know what I mean? Especially, she paying them accordingly. She behaving herself accordingly. You know what I mean? Her loyalty is equivalent with the currency that she giving. Yeah, Pippa gonna sit up there and get that bitch, some of the best motherfucking mental and physical climaxes that she ever had in her life. And she's going to enjoy it simply because you always appreciate things more that you earn. You know what I mean? She earned that. You know what I mean? She earned it. Every day she's earning it. You a boyfriend, your girl might have told you that she loved you, but ask yourself this, player. What has she done to prove her love? You know what I mean? Every piece of gold got to go through the fire before it's considered gold. Every diamond got to be cut in order for it to be considered a diamond. What adversity, what difficulties, what poverty have this woman went through with you for you to say that she's really mentally, emotionally with you? If your situation change, if you lose your career, you know what I'm saying? Is she still going to be down with you? Is she still going to fuck with you? If you lose your job right now, that girl that's sucking your dick and just sit up there and suck your dick to the point where you got to file for sperm bankruptcy. She done sucked so much nut out you. Made you feel like a man, right? But if you lose that job, and if that situation that you presently have right now, if it expire, I guarantee you, majority of you're no longer going to be her desire anymore, because she was just fucking with you for the situation and the fornication. You know what I'm saying? And you can't really argue with me because you can't give no logical points on what she done went through. I'm not saying all the boyfriends, you know what I mean? But some of y'all in love with a woman that has never proved herself. In the pimp game, a woman come proving herself, the choosing fee. You know what I'm saying? After the choosing fee, of course, it's, Hard Knocks University. So, she going to be sitting over there going to the blade, learning the fundamentals. So later on, on the carpet, or therefore, she can do some monumental things. So, yeah, man, with that being said, man, the bitch she come through the door proving herself and constantly proving herself, constantly manifesting, the feelings, that she has for this man. You know what I mean? She being tested. Ask yourself this, for you squares, what has your mate, what has your boyfriend, girlfriend done? They tell you that they love you, but what actions have basically proved that? What actions have given you the confirmation of that information that they in love with you? You know what I'm saying? Is it just a feeling? Is it just an emotion that has an expiration date? Only time will tell. Only experiences will tell. Always remember this, and I'm going to close with this. A bad circumstance is always going to reveal the true individual that you're with. A bad circumstance, a bad situation will reveal the true character of an individual. You know what I'm saying? In the pimp game, it's many bad situations. And for them women to constantly, give their loyalty, constantly give their currency every fucking day. You cannot tell me that this woman is not proving herself. She's been tested. Why do you think pimps brag like, yeah, man, I done had the bitch, man, for 5, 10, or 15 motherfucking years. That means that she constantly been going through obstacles and going over hurdles. She been leaping over walls and running through troops every day and breaking these motherfucking rich men in these groups, you know what I'm saying, from all over the motherfucking country, all over the world, you know what I'm saying, for this man. Yeah, it put a smile on his face because he knew what the bitch had to go through basically to come back through, you know what I'm saying, that dope man with his dope. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's gonna put a smile on Pimpin's face. He got gratitude for the multitude of things that she do each and every day. So yes, Pimpin definitely gonna fuck the shit out of her. Pimpin definitely gonna sit up there and express his emotions that he have, for this woman. You know what I mean? Because she's a special woman. You know what I mean? That deserve some special type of attention. And the Pimpin definitely gonna give it to her. But yeah, man, I done already put enough paint where it ain't. Like I say, man, I really didn't even mean to give y'all a buffet. I only wanted to give you a salad bar and shit. But, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. But, oh yeah. And coming, later on today or maybe later on tomorrow, I know I've got the inbox messages. I am going to speak. Whatever y'all getting to my inbox and you keep repeatedly, if I got enough people saying, seeing speak about this, seeing speak about that, I'm going to speak on it because that's what, popular demand. So yes, I will be speaking on Eddie Long. I will be speaking about problems within the church world. I will be speaking about funny doctrines. I will be speaking about different, denominations that's basically got a lot of y'all brainwashed. I'm also going to speak on why, street niggas, pimps, atheists, agnostics, free thinkers should still study every denomination, in the world. You should still be studying these religions, even if you're not a religious person. Even if you don't believe in God, you should still, study about God. You should study every Bible. You should study every religion. And I'm going to explain why, in another video, man. But I hope you guys live as long as you want and never will, man, as long as you live, man. It's been one. Hey, man, stay blessed. One.